It is Crowd Observations episode 100. Woohoo! I got a few bonus words for you at the end, but I guess it would be best to jump right into the episode for now, eh? Let's do this in a rather calm way with our occasional red light runner.
Hey! Whoa!
Who isn't doing it on purpose, but just not properly using his damn eyes. Now moving over to the freeway, and in the whole world there is this misconception that there is absolutely no speed limit on the German Autobahn. That is not true, and it's especially not true for anything else but lone cars. Any vehicle with a trailer in Germany is not allowed to drive faster than 80 or 100 kph, depending on trailer. This guy here is going 160. I believe he doesn't realize that he's at the limit of the fine spectrum, risking a lot of money and his license. He's so fast that our man has a hard time actually passing him. And it doesn't matter if there is any cargo on the trailer. I'll exit now. Good luck everybody else. People and their weird way of driving, like they are all the time in a hurry. Why? Comes with the unwillingness to stay behind a cyclist for 5 frickin' seconds. And an upcoming corner is certainly no hindrance to give in to this primeval desire. In this scene here, there is also a cyclist on the sidewalk to the right. Our man keeps a very close eye on him. So much so that he almost missed this priority to right situation. He did very well in paying attention to the barely visible cyclist, so it's understandable to be missing a tiny little car, right? Oh well, when a street is so cramped, it would be an idea to lower your speed. Entering the expressway with a big van, need to get to the left lane right now!
Oh, Alter Verwalter. Ja, Schulterblick, Kollege.
Our light here is red. We don't see the light from the other direction, but I am pretty sure it is red as well. Oh, that was a close one. That car driver really messed up, but also this cyclist is not completely kosher. Because as he's still on the road as our light turns green, tells me his light might have been a rather bloody color too. In any case, one of those moments where gladly nothing happened, but just barely missed a very unhappy ending. Are you sometimes driving something like a big van, for example, for moving? Those require even more attention than normal cars. This driver did not show the appropriate attention, but at least acknowledges his failure. Since those vans have no rear windows, you can't do a proper shoulder check, you need to very clearly check the mirrors and be very cautious about lane changes. How do I know? Because I've been driving these things internationally for 10 years. I consider myself a pro van driver, and even though I had a few little fails too, I never had problems while lane changing because I was very cautious. Here we got a smaller van with a trailer, and he's deciding to go for one of those rather pointless passes since traffic is slowing down and a red light up ahead. The cyclist wants to stay in the flow and pass the car now when... the door opens with a rather suspicious timing. Yeah, cyclist doesn't like this, understandably. Traffic is full of pointless actions. Unfortunate lane change. A roundabout coming up. May I introduce White Van Man racing the streets with a Romanian rust bucket. And apparently too much money to waste on gas, since such a pass is pretty pointless.
Und dann nimmt einfach einfach jeder, weil jeder mich kennt.
Scheiße. Record video.
Truck on our lane, pedestrian on a sidewalk for ants. That is some pavement adventure right there.
Dann war du auch noch der Fußgänger.
Ja, was haben wir... Das hab... Boah. Aber ich bin viel.
Other drivers pulling into your lane. Safety distance? What do you mean with safety distance? I always like to check people's tire treads at 70 miles an hour.
Ich würde halt noch näher auffahren, weißt du?
If there wasn't a coincidental gap there, this dumbass would have either crashed into the car or into the truck.
Alter, ich wollte schon die ganze Zeit mal Lichthupe geben.
Is there something worse than neglecting safety distance all the time? Sadly, there is. I know it happens quite sometimes that people are yelling, "This guy should not have a driving license!" And often it's exaggerated. But I think we all agree that people who keep driving the wrong way on any road should seriously not be allowed to operate a horse-sized bullet. And while I'm mentioning horses, what do you know, an actual horse on the freeway? Rumors have it that this was part of a movie shoot.
Und du guckst auch überhaupt nicht, ne?
Why would you check for traffic when crossing the road? It's not like anything could happen to you, right? Same goes for moving your car into another road. Traffic doesn't need to suck, but when rather stubborn drivers meet, the road doesn't seem to be public space anymore and people are begrudging their lanes. But there are people who are basically just hijacking the roads. It's bikers. It doesn't matter that you cannot see oncoming traffic in this right turn. The road is his and everybody else better get the hell lost.
Okay. Mach dein Ding. Ich weiß aber nicht mehr, wie lange du es noch schaffst.
Don't get me wrong, I'm a biker too, and a rather dynamic one at that. I also like to bend the rules a bit. But I always ride in a way that is safe for me and everybody else. This here can be considered a misconception, but a few moments later it gets really dense. You don't even need to be a biker to ask yourself, what kind of a pass was this? A fully blind corner, and this guy doesn't even seem to know what he's doing, drifting out into the oncoming lane. Yeah, riding fast and dynamic is fun, but is a bit of fun worth to put your health and your life on the line? Somebody had to find out the very hard way, exactly in this spot. Look here, there's a cross on the roadside. 3 years back, somebody was driving too fast, drifted out of the corner, ended up flipping several times, and it cost a passenger his life. And how do such things happen? There are many reasons, but one of those is that people simply feel too safe. People keep driving or riding, and maybe for years no crash is happening. They get a subconscious feeling of being invincible, and so they become careless or even reckless. Why don't we have more clips of dangerous crashes and the like? Because sometimes there simply isn't anybody left to send footage. Being safe on the road does require a little bit of brain.
Ja. Was ein Spinner, ey.
It's facepalm time again. It's about the car we are passing here, and even though we don't have a tail cam, it is very obvious that the camera driver was changing lanes way too closely to that car. And here, we are missing 13 seconds of video footage, so we don't know if our man did something he wants to hide. In any case, there is our friend again, and he seems unhappy, swerving back in front of us very closely and intentionally letting off the gas, getting very slow. And there he's going, even below truck speed, and he's determined to keep us there. Our man wants to pass him again, but gets blocked off. A lot of stupid behavior, but something is missing. I didn't see any brake lights yet. There we go. No caveman without the brake check. It's very interesting in some ways that there was a woman in the passenger seat and 3 kids in the back. Wouldn't you assume that a father would rather protect his family instead of unnecessarily endanger it, only to give in to his primeval temper? Somebody got an answer? Anyone? Why am I asking anyway? People seem to like those idiotic thrill rides. Here we've got a red light at a railroad crossing, and we got a BMW who thinks it's a good plan to run over some piece of road where it's already indicated that a really heavy load of steel will appear any moment. He was even bypassing other waiting cars after he already stopped. But that's how it is. Some people just don't give a shit. Gotta love those moments where there's nothing else but a WTF floating over your head in big letters. There is this white bubble car to the right, and we are passing it, the most normal thing in the world. We are not incredibly fast, but because traffic in front of us isn't fast either. Now also passing the truck, and being a good driver, our man leaves some safety distance to the truck before going back right. But that bubble car seems like it wanted to overtake on the right. Sure thing, patience has gotten very expensive and you need to be economical with it. We are being at a little intersection, and behold, there is a squad car in action, approaching from behind. How do squad cars sound in your country? This one here seems like it wasn't loud enough for that van driver. Look at this scene. Aside from it being beautiful, do you think it would be a good decision to overtake here? I'll take a facepalm and go home. And while going home, I need to pass by several lights. This one here is red. And 2 minutes later, this thing is still red. Why? I can tell you why. There is a sensor in the ground at the stopping line, and this driver here stopped too far in front of it. Apparently he doesn't know that, so after a while he just runs the light for good.
Ist sie nicht dicht oder was?
Ja, locker bleiben. Ist gut, ist Raum. Alles gut, alles gut.
This dude was so very lucky. Despite his fall, he didn't suffer a single scratch. The bike may be trash, but seems like this one lived through its prime long ago anyway. Our man is a real boss and brought this guy to where he was intending to go. The bad thing is that the cyclist did not have any kind of insurance. The damage to the car was over $2,000 plus some other expenses, which was covered by the insurance of the camera driver, but still he had to pay quite a bit of that on his own. But he made it very clear that anyone's health and life is still more important than any money. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a man of quality. That is it for episode 100 of Crowd Observations. Now to a word of our sponsor. Nah, just kidding, we don't have a sponsor. But it would be cool if we have one in the future. Still a long way to go, but hey, 100 episodes! Hopefully we can do 100 more, and another 100, and thousands more. If we can do that, comes down to you people. Barely more than 1/3 of our audience is actually subscribed to the channel, but you may not know how important your subscription is, especially in the baby phase. And despite our 100 videos, a channel of under 1,000 subscribers pretty much counts as a baby on YouTube. And I can tell you, if you want this channel to be healthy in the future, your subscriptions and your likes are absolutely critical. Because all this here is a lot of work, and we simply can't do this forever if it looks like the channel is going nowhere. If the audience likes the content of a channel, it is necessary that the channel grows and becomes successful. Otherwise, it is simply too much time and effort necessary to keep this running as a hobby. So, if you watched this video and if you're probably gonna watch more of KO in the future, scroll down, check if you're subscribed, and if not, give that button a real proper slap. Because gas is the fuel of your car, but subs and likes are the fuel of any YouTube channel. Go fill this sucker up so that it can run to the moon and back. I am Mark, and I'll be here to show you all the things going wrong on the roads of the country of the car. And I hope you're gonna be here too, because it's gonna be an awesome ride.